این شکست قطعا ادامه پیدا خواهد کرد. این تلاش‌های مذبوحانه هم مثل این کاری که در سوریه مرتکب شدن که البته سیدیشو خواهند خورد.
כבר שנים שאיראן פועלת נגדנו, גם באופן ישיר וגם באמצעות השליחים שלה. ולכן ישראל פועלת נגד איראן והשליחים שלה. אנחנו נדע להגן על עצמנו, ואנחנו נפעל לפי העיקרון הפשוט שמי שפוגע בנו או מתכנן לפגוע בנו, אנחנו נפגע בו.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Editor's Lens with me, Ina Sivaj. After the attack on its embassy in Syria, Iran vowed to retaliate against Israel, escalating tensions in the Middle East, where its senior commanders were killed. Israel has initiated efforts to enhance its security and halted leaves for all combat units. Reports indicate that the United States has also warned Israel of potential attacks by Saturday, raising concerns that the ongoing conflict in Gaza could spread across the entire Middle East region. Meanwhile, as Iran reportedly prepares for military strikes against Israel, it faces another challenge on its southeastern front, where it shares a border with Pakistan. On Thursday, Iranian state media reported that at least 11 members of security forces were killed in an attack by the Sunni Muslim organization Jaish al-Adl in the southeastern province of Sistan, Balochistan. This attack occurred months after Iran's drone and missile strikes in Pakistan's Balochistan province, where Jaish al-Adl is active. Jaish al-Adl is a terrorist organization, has been highly active in both Pakistan and Iran, and has targeted Iran for the fourth or fifth time this year alone, beginning in January. The IRGC stands for the Iran Revolutionary Guard Corps. It was founded after the Iranian Revolution, with Ayatollah Khomeini playing a significant role in its establishment. The IRGC is often viewed as the military force of Islam, deployed wherever Islam is perceived to be under threat or targeted. It intervenes in such situations to assist, as seen its support for various militias such as Hezbollah and Hamas, established by Iran. Iran supports these groups primarily through the IRGC, making it Iran's foremost paramilitary organization. The recent significant attack by Israel has resulted in the deaths of 5 IRGC commanders, including a prominent one. The attack occurred at different times in 5 different cities, meticulously planned and executed. One attack targeted the city of Chabahar, while another targeted a city in Russia, aiming at the IRGC headquarters or its bases in these locations. Now see, the attack carried out by Jaish is actually a response attack, and these attacks have been ongoing for a long time. There is nothing new about it. For Iran and Pakistan, you can say that Pakistan also has a significant role to play because Pakistan is a stronghold of such terrorist organizations. In January, Iran conducted a significant airstrike. Iran conducted an airstrike on Pakistan, and where the airstrike was carried out, there were Jaish bases. It was believed that in response, Jaish had been planning to attack Iran for a long time, and on Thursday, it attacked Iran. Now, why are these attacks happening, and what is the actual crisis? If you understand the problem, see, this is Pakistan, and Balochistan province of Pakistan shares its boundary with Iran. The boundary you are seeing is shared with Iran. It is the boundary of the Balochistan province. Now, if you look at Iran's map, Iran also shares a province with Pakistan, sharing the boundary of the Sistan-Balochistan province. So one thing becomes clear. One Balochistan is present in Pakistan and the other Balochistan is present in Iran, and this is the root of the problem. You might be aware that there is a separate demand for Balochistan within Pakistan. The people of Balochistan want freedom, and there is a significant separatist movement or freedom movement going on within Pakistan, where the people of Balochistan who are Baloch want a separate country. the same movement is also going on within Iran. These Baloch people are predominantly Sunni Muslims. Almost all Sunni Muslims are from Pakistan and Iran as well. Iran, as you know, is a Shia Muslim country. And the reason between Shia and Sunni is the same reason why the people of Sistan Balochistan province also want to be separate. They want to merge their Balochistan with Pakistan and Iran's Balochistan to create one country. So this is the demand to create Balochistan within Pakistan and Iran. Many outfits have emerged demanding the same, which you can see as terrorist outfits. Among these outfits, one outfit is Jaish al-Adal. They call themselves the Army of Justice. Why do they call themselves the Army of Justice? Because this outfit will be successful in creating a greater Balochistan. It is believed and it seeks justice. For the Baloch people, this organization is highly militant, consisting of Baloch people who come from Pakistan and some from Iran. The Jaish group was founded in 2012. They demanded to create a greater Balochistan, and Iran consistently cracks down on this terrorist group. Now the problem lies in the fact that when the people here protest regarding Balochistan within Iran, the IRGC or the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps heavily crackdowns on them. That's why you see that the target of the attack by Jaish was the IRGC headquarters. It was this IRGC that had killed the top commander of Jaish earlier in January, and for this reason, they had been planning for a long time to attack Iran. Finally, they executed the attack.
این شکست قطعا ادامه پیدا خواهد کرد. این شکست ادامه پیدا خواهد کرد. این تلاش‌های مذبوحانه هم مثل این کاری که در سوریه مرتکب شدن که البته سیدیشو خواهند خورد.
כבר שנים שאיראן פועלת נגדנו, גם באופן ישיר וגם באמצעות השליחים שלה. ולכן ישראל פועלת נגד איראן והשליחים שלה. אנחנו נדע להגן על עצמנו, ואנחנו נפעל לפי העיקרון הפשוט שמי שפוגע בנו או מתכנן לפגוע בנו, אנחנו נפגע בו.
The ongoing dispute between Israel and Iran has raised concerns about the third front opening in the world's conflicts. The reason behind this could be the airstrike on Iran's embassy in Syria. Iran has accused Israel of being behind this attack, highlighting the mutual animosity between two nations. The tension between the two countries escalated further after the Hamas terrorist attack in Israel on October 7, 2013, leading to heightened tensions, which are now manifested as an airstrike on Iran's diplomatic mission in Syria. On April 1st, an airstrike occurred in the Syrian capital, Damascus. Israeli forces targeted Iran's diplomatic mission building, resulting in the complete destruction of the embassy building. Reports indicate that 7 individuals have been killed in the strike, including 2 top Iranian commanders and 5 officers. According to Syria's foreign minister, civilians were also among the casualties of the airstrike. While Iran's diplomats managed to escape unharmed, the country suffered its biggest loss in the form of its 2 top commanders losing their lives. Both slain commanders were senior figures in Iran's forces, with one of them being Mohammad Raza Jahid. Jahid was considered an expert in guerrilla warfare and served as a key figure in certain forces in Iraq and Syria until 2015. He joined the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps after the revolution in 1979. Additionally, the death of Deputy Commander Mohammad Hassan Rahimi, along with 2 top commanders and 5 officers, has further incensed Iran. Iran has accused Israel of the airstrike and has declared its intention to retaliate fiercely for the attack. Iran's anger is palpable, and if it decides to retaliate against Israel for the deaths of its 2 top commanders, it could potentially open a third front in global conflicts. This comes at a time when Russia and Ukraine have been engaged in the first front of war for the past 2 years, while Israel and Hamas have been in direct confrontation for the past 6 months. Given the heightened enmity between Iran and Israel, the accusation of the airstrike on Israel and the talk of retaliation holds significant implications. In recent months, Israel has carried out several airstrikes in Syria targeting Iranian-backed terrorist groups. Israel's rationale behind these strikes has been to neutralize the threat posed by Iranian-backed terrorist organizations operating in Syria, which often launch attacks against Israel. Perhaps this is why, following the airstrike on Iran's diplomatic mission, Hezbollah, an active terrorist organization in Lebanon, has also become agitated. The terrorist organization has threatened to retaliate against Israel since Israel initiated actions against Hamas terrorists in Gaza. Hezbollah has been targeting Israel following the airstrikes in Damascus, Syria, people in Syria are staging protests now. They have taken to the streets to express their anger. Protests are also chanting slogans to seek revenge for the attack. They argue that the attack was not only on Iran's diplomatic mission but also on the country, and it cannot be tolerated. While Iran has voiced intentions to retaliate for this attack and the loss of the commanders, over the past few years, Iranian army officers have been targeted and eliminated even in other countries. Remarkably, Iran has managed to protect some of its army officers and revenge attempts have not been successful. In contrast, Israel has been selectively eliminating its enemies. In December 2013, Iran's Revolutionary Guard advisor Raja Mousavi was assassinated in Damascus, Syria. Israel had attempted to eliminate Mousavi several times before, as he was believed to be a key figure behind Hezbollah's actions. In January 2020, Qasem Soleimani was killed in a missile attack in Baghdad. The missile strike was carried out by the United States using a drone. It is believed that the information about Soleimani's presence in Baghdad was provided by Israel's intelligence agency Mossad. On January 24, 2020, Israel assassinated Hamas commander Salah al-Ghori in Beirut, Lebanon, who was plotting attacks on Israel through Hezbollah. Israel claims to be targeting organizations that pose a threat to its security. Furthermore, not only are Iranian officers being targeted abroad, but Iran is also facing attacks within its borders. In January of the same year, 2 bomb explosions near a cemetery in Kerman, Iran, resulted in the deaths of more than 100 people. These explosions occurred at the time when thousands of people had gathered for the 4th anniversary of Qasem Soleimani's death. Iran had previously accused Israel of carrying out these attacks and vowed to retaliate. However, Iran has also been targeted multiple times before these incidents. On October 27, 2022, terrorists carried out a shooting in a mosque in Shiraz, Iran, resulting in the death of 15 people. The responsibility for this terror attack was claimed by the Islamic State. On June 7, 2017, 2 terrorist attacks occurred in Tehran, the capital of Iran, resulting in the deaths of 17 civilians. Similarly, on July 15, 2010, 2 suicide bombs took place in Zehdan, Iran, claiming the lives of 27 individuals. In the recent attack in Syria, 7 Iranian officers were killed, which signifies a significant loss for Iran. If Iran decides to retaliate against Israel, it could escalate the enmity between the two countries to a new level. Iran, already facing numerous challenges, would find the path ahead even more difficult. The pressure on Iran to take action is immense, considering the previous losses suffered by its Revolutionary Guard senior officials. Iran now faces the dilemma of maintaining its sovereignty. The attack targeted a consulate building which is considered the sovereign territory of Iran in international law, as the embassy's ground is seen as part of the host country's territory. Thus, this attack marks a significant event in history, perhaps unprecedented, as Israel has reportedly targeted Iranian territory directly on such a large scale. Now the question arises whether Iran is paying the price of enmity with Israel, or if Iran is facing challenges from several other countries. When Israel initiated military actions against Hamas, Iran openly came out in support of Hamas. This deteriorated the relationship between the two countries even further. However, Iran's relations with the United States and the Arab countries are also strained. Iran's nuclear program has raised concerns for many countries, including the US. Despite objections from the United States, Iran continues to advance its nuclear program, causing apprehensions among Arab countries as they fear the potential consequences of Iran acquiring nuclear capabilities. Arab countries heavily rely on the United States for security and weapons, with up to 80% of their security and arms requirements being dependent on America. Arab countries are concerned that if Iran acquires nuclear power, it could pose a significant threat to their interests, as many of them have close ties with the United States and host American military bases. Arab countries also have their grievances with Iran. Iran is predominantly Shia, whereas most Arab countries are Sunni majority. Arab countries are worried that Iran's acquisition of nuclear power could be used against them. Hence, they look to the United States to prevent Iran from acquiring nuclear capabilities. At present, Iran's relations with Israel have almost deteriorated completely. This is due to Israel's growing proximity to the United States and Arab countries. In the past, Israel was also considered an enemy by Arab countries. But in recent years, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and the UAE have come closer to Israel. This is primarily due to the petrodollar. The petrodollar refers to the money sent to Arab countries in exchange for crude oil. Although the petrodollar is not a specific currency, it is usually American dollars exchanged for crude oil imports. This has strengthened the economies of Arab countries. On the other hand, Israel possesses strong technology and military power. Therefore, it can be safely said that the combined strength of both Israel and the United States is being used to deter Iran. Furthermore, Iran's open support of terrorist organizations like Hamas is not acceptable to Israel or the United States. At a time when terrorist organizations have become the biggest problem for the world, how can the world accept Iran's support for organizations like Hamas and Hezbollah?